Hey Virginia, what's happening? Stay tuned, we're about to tell you. Welcome to WVPT's latest local program, Hey Virginia, informing you about upcoming events and exploring the region's fascinating locales, people, and stories. Featuring everything from craft shows to concerts, from elegant local dining to an engaging evening at the theater. Hey Virginia is your monthly source for fun and excitement across the Shenandoah Valley. Coming up in our premiere episode, we will stop by the Shenandoah Caverns for a glimpse inside the mysterious natural wonder. We'll go behind the scenes at Stanton's Frontier Culture Museum and experience life as a historic interpreter. We will also check in with one of the region's most exciting up-and-coming rockers, Miss Sally Rose. All this, plus much more, coming up next on Hey Virginia. The Shenandoah Valley is filled with natural beauty. From its crystal waters to its magnificent mountains, it's hard not to be amazed at the splendor that surrounds us. If you're looking for something to do that embodies the mystique and magic of Virginia, join us now as we go underground Virginia for a trip to the Shenandoah Caverns.
The Shenandoah Caverns have been thrilling visitors for nearly a century. The mile-long trek into the caverns features an astounding display of stalactites and stalagmites, many of which date back thousands of years ago. Let's find out how caverns like this were formed and what we need to do to protect these amazing geological formations.
The caverns itself, these formations that you see behind me, such as the beautiful flowstone, gets its appearance because it looks like it is flowing down over the wall. All of this is formed by the dripping water that you can see falling from the ceiling. The water, as it seeps through the ground when it rains outside, or when the snow melts, it seeps down through the surface and it collects different types of minerals, mainly calcium in this particular caverns. When the water reaches the cave, the water evaporates, the minerals are left behind to build up the beautiful formations that you're looking at right now. One of the interesting things about the caverns, it does take about 120 years to form a cubic inch of these beautiful formations. So when you're coming into the caverns, you almost have to look at it as the aspect of being in a museum. The caverns environment is a very fragile environment, so we ask that visitors to the caverns make sure that you don't touch or handle the formations. One of the things about the caverns that we do stress is protecting our environment and making sure that we keep pollution under control. Here in the Shenandoah Valley alone, we know of over 2,000 caverns. Now, not necessarily as large as the Shenandoah here, but anything that goes onto the surface, whether it be pollutants or anything of that nature, can get into our groundwater. If they end up in the groundwater, they end up damaging the caverns. It's very important to make sure that you don't contaminate the drinking water, which is also the same water that forms these beautiful caverns.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the birds are singing, the flowers are blooming, and spring is finally here. And that means it's time to get out there and enjoy some exciting festivals taking place this month all around the valley. Hey Virginia presents your festival forecast. The annual music conference MacRock takes place this weekend at venues across downtown Harrisonburg. After 19 years, MacRock has become one of the most respected independent music festivals on the East Coast, promoting DIY culture and up-and-coming musical acts. MacRock is an experience to behold.
I wouldn't say we're trying to be like a big popular festival, because what we're really trying to do is like find good, small, up-and-coming bands, and the way to do that is to stay small.
We're having a hip-hop / electronic showcase at Clementine Saturday night. We haven't had like a hip-hop artist in like at least 5 years since I remember my first Mac Rock back in 2012. So we're very happy for that because you're always trying to expand, you know, the genres we showcase.
The first annual Fringe Festival premieres in downtown Stanton, Sunday and Monday, April 10th and 11th. The Shenandoah Fringe Festival seeks to create a home for experimentation and risk-taking for our region's artists and performers. This profit-sharing festival strives to be a trusted home for patrons to come and experience the wild and breathtaking offerings of the region's performers.
We are presenting work along 3 vectors. So there's film, performance, and visual art. So we have our Fringe Gallery, which will be a place where 4 local artists are going to be showing their work. We have 2 double features, which will include some Virginia natives and as well as someone all the way from New York City who has family in Stanton, actually. So we'll have 4 films. And then there is a smorgasbord of live performance. You can see burlesque, and you can see vaudeville, and you can see experimental theater, and you can see Shakespeare, and you can see shadow puppet shows, and things that are family friendly and things that are not family friendly.
The 5th annual Tom Tom Founders Festival brings nonstop concerts, workshops, local cuisine, and art to downtown Charlottesville, running April 11th through the 17th.
It's a festival of music, art, innovation that is a week of concerts, talks, competitions, public art that take over downtown Charlottesville and really highlight what the future of the region is going to be. The music is what a lot of people come for because it's dozens of bands from bluegrass to heavy metal to rock to R&B taking place in large free outdoor concerts in the heart of downtown. And it's a great chance to meet your neighbors, and it's a great time to visit Charlottesville.
The Frontier Culture Museum, based in Stanton, Virginia, tells the story of the thousands of people who migrated to colonial America centuries ago, and of the life they created here for themselves and their descendants. By recreating life during the colonial days of America, visitors get a rare glimpse into the traditions and lifestyles of early American culture. It's a fascinating museum filled with history and colonial tradition. We sent a camera there recently to get a first-hand look at an age of America long since forgotten.
If you want to go back in time and see what life was like for our early American settlers, then you need to go to Stanton, Virginia's Frontier Cultural Museum. Here you can see, touch, smell, and taste the past through a living history experience. Here's Executive Director John Avoli on the subject.
The Frontier Culture Museum is a living history museum, and it's an educational institution. That is our mission, to educate our American populace here about the early frontier, the western migration of the early immigrants, specifically the English, here in front of the English farm, and then the Scot and the Irish, as well as the Germans, and of course the enslaved African. And how we do that is by using original homes and farms removed from the respective countries of Ireland and Germany, as well as England, and then brought back here and resurrected. And we use live costume interpreters, and these interpreters will portray the daily life of a family living in that time period in Germany or Ireland or England.
The more I explored the Frontier Culture Museum, the more I began wondering if these interpreters are living a double life, half a day with a real family and half a day with an interpreter family, could the two cross over into each other? Let's find out.
I learned how to do the various jobs here. It's to a certain extent, I've always done them. I've always had a vegetable garden, so I knew a fair amount about that. And I have a very wide range of interests where I've done a lot of reading, a lot of research. And gosh, all the work I do out here, all the work we do, all the other interpreters, pretty much it comes very naturally. I guess it must be in the blood.
Or how is working here, how has that changed me or shaped me in today? And I just think you appreciate the things you have, and you learn to improvise. It's like, well, if you don't have this, you can use this instead. And like I said, with the bread, with rolls, I actually learned to make yeast rolls here first and did that, and I was like, you know, I need to make some yeast rolls for my family. People like them here and I don't even make them at home. So I have made them at home, and they really like them.
It's kind of funny. When I first started working here, originally I was going to work till Christmas and find another job. But now all my friends work here. I met my wife here. We did our courting here. And so, gosh, I'm afraid the job's becoming an obsession with me.
Themselves. I think what people marvel at is how difficult life was. We have become somewhat of a spoiled society today, and even dealing with children. There are no computers here. There are no gadgets here. Everything here is alive. You walk, you feel, you taste, you smell, you jump, you run, and that's the enjoyment of parents bringing children here.
If you want an enlightening, enriching experience that's impressively interactive, then come to Stanton's Frontier Cultural Museum. This has been Clinton Hours reporting for Hey, Virginia.
Okay, everybody, it's time to shake off those winter blahs and get motivated. A healthy you is the best you can be. So get those tennis shoes on and start moving. There are numerous competitions and races coming up this month. So, without further description, I present the first edition of the Hey Virginia's Fit List. The arts. They feed the soul. They comfort us and inspire us. Here in Virginia, we are so lucky to have a multitude of venues where we can experience and appreciate the arts in their truest forms. Welcome to the Hey Virginia Arts Alert, your early warning system for arts and cultural events in the Shenandoah Valley and beyond. In a moment, we will give you a rundown of all the breathtaking art exhibits taking place during the month of April. But first, we recently paid a visit to the Rooster Art and Coffee, located in Stanton, Virginia. Rooster Art and Coffee is a community art center dedicated to promoting and supporting artists of all ages. Rooster Art and Coffee strives to create a unique place where customers can socialize with each other in a relaxing environment while enjoying some of the best art and coffee in town.
My name is Ivan Pešić, and I was born in 1975 in Serbia. I'm a painter, graphic designer, I like art. I got a chance to start my own business with paintings, with a graphic design. It's wood burning, but you can touch, you can feel texture. It's really nice. This is my favorite piece. I really like it. And sometimes if somebody watch this piece, maybe buy, maybe no, I'm really scared. Don't buy, please. Also, this studio is available for artists who, I know how is that. I was young, I had no studio, I had no, space for a work, and if somebody needs, they come in, we can talk about it, and my studio can be used for free. Rooster. Why rooster? Because rooster is something, rooster wakes us in the morning. He's colorful, he's nice, and he wakes us like a coffee, and he's colorful like a painting. And I made a link. Enjoy. Really good stuff over is public events. I have live music.
He can speed right to the scene. And if I'm locked up in the jail with just one phone call for my bail, he says to call his club, collect, or deal directly with his answering machine. Adventures, but you win a few besides. On the dotted line.
I have really big support from my wife and my family, and all this I will have no without my wife and my family. And thank you guys for that.
His back is gone, but his brain.
The state of Virginia is overflowing with talented musicians, and we thought, what better way to illustrate this than with our own Virginia Sound Showcase. Today we'll hear from Nelson County's own Sally Rose. She has created a signature sound that was sculpted in the foothills of Afton Mountain and is now blasting through speakers all over the region. Sally creates modern rock songs with a tinge of Virginia soul and attitude. Hey Virginia, it's Sally Rose.
I've been playing music since I was a little girl. My mom is very musical, obviously, she's in the band. This particular lineup formed in 2002, and this new record that we just put out on the 30th, Gotta Be Gold, is my 5th record. It's the band's 2nd album. It's a pretty heavy song for me. There's a lot of emotion behind it. And it kind of sums up the past year for me, which has had some ups and downs, but in the end it's all about what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and you have to be the best you can possibly be. And other than that, Pop My Balloon is kind of my favorite right now, because Sweet Pete in the band, the lead guitarist, actually wrote that song. And I don't play guitar, so I get to move around and dance on stage, and you know, that's a lot of fun for me.
For you.
I'm a planner, so I don't like to do anything blindly. We want to move to some kind of, you know, progressive, awesome musical city where things are up and coming, but at the same time, it's got to ask for us. So we're doing some, you know, short tours and stuff, but until we've got good reasons to move to a city that wants us, you know, we're not just going to move to Nashville, you know.
Nectar made my bones settle, the roofery made my bones quake, lion made my bones rattle, the jailbird made my bones break, but you, I wanna listen to like a microphone. You'll make the bones in my body dance on their own. You, I wanna listen to like a microphone. You'll make the bones in my body.
That's where the down-home roots and the honky-tonk and the doo-wop soul parts of our music kind of came from. Because I've always grown up in the country. You know, I just got indoor plumbing about 6 years ago. And I live in a little log cabin in the woods, and that's a huge part of who I am, and that's never going to change. You know, no matter where we move or where our music takes us, that's always going to be a big part of me. Yeah, it's a really special place. It's one of the many examples of why Charlottesville is such a special, unique town. the arts community and the music community is all about collaboration and working together, and that's why I love Charlottesville. You know, everybody's working together and there's not that sense of cutthroat energy, and people work on songs together, people build shows together. All my favorite artists in the town, like Rich Tarbell, who's an amazing photographer, like he just helped us do our Pop My Baloo music video, and Chicho Lorenzo, who does a lot of the murals here at Ix Art Park, you know, just painted this Sally Roseby mural, and so we made a video out of that. Benevolence, which is kind of just a big word for kindness, just means, you know, I believe what comes around goes around, and if you can be the best you can possibly be and be honest, then that's as good as it gets.
We wanted to make this show interactive in a lot of ways. Here's one. It's our community camera segment. Here we'll feature videos from around the region. It could be something you caught unexpectedly on your smartphone, or a homemade movie you made with your friends. Whatever you send, it has to be original, and it needs to be no longer than 4 minutes. And no naughty stuff. This month's video comes to us from Joni Terrence of Weir's Cave, Virginia. Joni has been a drummer in numerous bands around the valley for years. Joni recently entered a video into the National Hit Like a Girl video contest. So, without further ado, here is Mrs. Terrence on drums. Take it away, Joni.
Hi, my name is Joni Terrence, and I am proud to say that I hit like a girl.
Meanwhile, somewhere else back in the yard.
WVPT is a community-driven public media station. We're here because of you. So we want to hear your thoughts about your community and the things affecting your life. One thing for sure, this has been a wacky presidential election year. Whether you are feeling the burn, stumping with Trump, or hanging on with Hillary, this has been an election year to remember. So we hit the streets to get your thoughts on the election so far and what qualities you think make the perfect president. It's your community and your story on Hey Virginia.
Hi, I'm Glenn Schellenberger with WVPT, and we're here in the streets of Harrisonburg to see what people think about this year's elections. Can you tell me how you feel about this year's elections?
You know, I'm pretty disappointed. I feel like this field of candidates is pretty weak this election term.
In a word, confused, disjointed.
It's pretty crazy right now.
It's a lot less focused on like what they're talking about and a lot more focused on just criticizing them.
Confusion. The word circus comes to mind.
No words really for the candidates right now. Not happy with either party.
It's just a lot of things up in the air. I'm not sure we have a great choice.
One, definitely glad that it's coming slowly to a close.
These are supposedly our best candidates out of a whole country of over 300 million. It's pretty upsetting.
Well, I feel like there's too much rhetoric. A lot of it is really black and white and divisive. I'd like to see more productive conversations because most of us really do want what's best for America.
I'm just still optimistic and hope things turn out all right.
The Latino community, we're actually pretty scared.
If you were to have an ideal presidential candidate that you would elect out of anyone ever, who would that be?
Out of any people?
Anybody ever.
Amy Poehler.
To be very 90s, Michael Jordan.
Honestly, you're probably, if you read up, could probably be a better president than half of these candidates.
Probably go with Ronald Reagan.
Can I pick Jesus?
Abraham Lincoln.
Theodore Roosevelt.
All right, good one.
Benjamin Franklin.
There we go.
To be honest, I'll probably keep it classic and go back to Bill Clinton. If Hillary's elected, I'll be glad that he's the first gentleman.
I'm gonna have to go with George Washington. Obviously Sam Campbell, he's sitting right over there. He's a great person.
Sam for president. So there you have it for Harrisonburg's opinions on this coming election. I'm Glenn Schellenberger with WVPT, and I'll see you next time.
Well, friends, that's it for this edition of Hey Virginia. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. If you have an event you would like us to feature or a video you would like us to share, send it our way, because we are all about that kind of stuff. I'm Kate Martin. See you next time right here on Hey Virginia. Roll the music, boys.